Highgate Cemetery in London, opened in 1839, is a masterpiece of Victorian funerary architecture. With its winding paths, sunken catacombs, and overgrown ivy, it was designed to be a beautiful resting place for the elite. However, by the 1960s, the cemetery had fallen into a state of macabre decay, setting the stage for one of the most bizarre supernatural mysteries in British history. The most famous legend is that of the Highgate vampire. In the late 1960s, local residents began reporting a tall, dark figure with glowing red eyes lurking among the tombstones. Witnesses described a greyish entity that didn't walk so much as glide through the shadows. Some claimed to have been paralysed by its hypnotic gaze as it loomed over the cemetery's padlocked iron gates. The panic reached a fever pitch in 1970 when two rival vampire hunters, David Farrant and Sean Manchester, went to war in the national media. Farrant claimed the entity was a medieval nobleman who practiced black magic, while Manchester insisted it was a king vampire brought to England in a coffin from Romania. The public obsession led to a mass vampire hunt on Halloween night. The mystery took a grisly turn when several graves were found desecrated. People reported finding dead foxes with their throats ripped out, drained of blood. One night, a young woman claimed she was walking home past the cemetery when a tall, dark man threw her to the ground with superhuman strength. She fled when a car's headlights startled the figure, which vanished instantly. Beyond the vampire, Highgate is home to the mad old woman. She is frequently seen running among the graves, her long hair streaming behind her. Legend says she murdered her own children in a fit of mania and spent her life searching for them. In death, her spirit is said to be forever stuck in that frantic search, often seen peering into the windows of nearby houses. Another frequent sighting is the man in the tricorn hat, dressed in 18th century attire. He is often spotted walking across the road near the North Lodge. He appears so solid that drivers have slammed on there. Brakes to avoid hitting him, only to watch him pass through the cemetery wall. He never speaks or acknowledges the living, moving with a purposeful, silent gait. The Egyptian Avenue and the Circle of Lebanon are the cemetery's most atmospheric locations. These sunken tombs, built to resemble ancient temples, are said to be a thin place where the veil between worlds is translucent. Visitors often report hearing muffled voices whispering in languages they don't recognize, emanating from behind the heavy, rusted iron doors of the vaults. In the 19th century, Highgate was plagued by body snatchers who stole fresh corpses from medical schools. Some believe the restless energy of the cemetery stems from these disturbed remains. One specific area, known as the poorer ground, is said to be a hotspot for cold spots, pockets of air so frigid they can make a person's skin turn blue even on a warm summer afternoon. A more modern haunting involves a cyclist who is often seen pedalling down the steep hill beside the cemetery. Witnesses say he looks like a Victorian gentleman on a penny farthing. He moves at a terrifying speed toward the cemetery gates and then simply dissolves into a cloud of mist. No crash is ever heard, and no trace of the rider is ever found on the road afterward. There is also the mystery of the glowing lady. She is seen standing by a specific ivy-covered monument, her body radiating a soft, white light. Unlike the vampire or the mad woman, her presence is said to be peaceful. Some believe she is a guardian spirit, watching over the thousands of souls buried in the Western Cemetery, ensuring their eternal rest remains undisturbed. The atmosphere of Highgate is so heavy that many professional photographers have reported their cameras malfunctioning. Films come back fogged with strange, white orbs, and digital batteries drain in seconds. One investigator recorded a deep, rhythmic thumping sound coming from underground in the Circle of Lebanon, despite there being no machinery or pipes in the area. The vampire craze eventually died down, but the sightings did not. In the 1990s, A man claimed he saw a figure melting out of a tree near the grave of Karl Marx. The figure was nearly 7 feet tall and wore a long black cloak. As the man watched, the entity turned its head, revealing to yellow, feline eyes that seemed to burn with an ancient, predatory intelligence. Local folklore also tells of the Shuck of Highgate, a spectral black dog with glowing eyes that patrols the perimeter. In British myth, the black shuck is often an omen of death. At Highgate, he is said to appear only to those who are about to suffer a great tragedy. He leaves no paw prints in the dirt and makes no sound as he stalks through the tangled brambles and ferns. Highgate Cemetery remains a place of deep silence and hidden history. Whether the vampire was a real entity or a product of mass hysteria, the stories have left an indelible mark on the landscape. The cemetery is now a Grade I listed park, protected and beautiful, but when the sun dips below the Victorian spires, the shadows still seem to move with a life of their own. As you walks a terrace, catacombs, the air feels different, older and more expectant. The mystery of Highgate isn't just one ghost or one monster. It is the collective weight of 170,000 lives and the secrets they took to their graves. It remains London's most hauntingly beautiful paradox, a place built for the dead that feels vibrantly, terrifyingly alive in the dark.